This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Thursday, February 25th. 26 years ago, I had my bat mitzvah.
Wow.
Wow.
Today's the date.
Congrats.
Thank you so much, Mazel. All right, I'm Tori here with Alan Lindsay. Let's get started. We do have some horrible news for Lady Gaga. Her dog walker, I don't know if y'all have seen this story, was shot last night 4 times, and thieves took off with 2 of her French bulldogs. The dog walker is expected to recover, thank God. Lady Gaga is offering a $500,000 reward for her dogs, no questions asked. Now, the singer is currently in Rome.
She's not going to ask who shot her dog walker?
She literally wants just the dogs back. That's what she said. The singer is currently in Rome working on a movie. Now, the thieves took off with Koji and Gustavo. That's the third Miss Asia managed to get away. That is according to TMZ. As you can see, police were able to recover Miss Asia from the scene of the crime. That's one of the French bulldogs. Now, it's unclear if the thieves knew that these were Lady Gaga's dogs, but French bulldogs are actually in really high demand and can typically sell for anywhere between $1,500 to $3,000 a piece, if not more. Now, I have the website. It's called kojiandgustav@gmail.com. If you have any information, 4 times this guy was shot. I have to assume this was a targeted threat. I have to assume they knew this was Gaga's dogs. I don't know. I mean, doesn't that seem excessive to you? Lindsay and I were like, what?
Yeah, I know people that sell dogs, and they're very expensive, like you said about those bulldogs. But I just don't understand shooting somebody 4 times over them. I think, I don't condone any violence at all. But even just waving the gun, I think would have been sufficient to somebody hand over a dog. But it also seems like they were stalking Lady Gaga a bit, because that area, I'm assuming, is a protected area. Most celebrities live in protected upper echelon areas, and so either they were trying to rob somebody that was rich, or they were trying to rob Lady Gaga specifically. But I don't know how this plays out. Even if she doesn't take any information and just gets the dogs back in her yard, police are going to go heavily after this person, and they're not just going to get off scotch-free.
Yeah, that's like an armed
with $500,000.
Yeah, you shot someone. What do you think, Al?
It makes me think about when Michael Jordan's father was shot and killed. And, everybody was saying there was a theory that's long been debunked that it was over Jordan's alleged gambling debts. That's been debunked. And they've interviewed the guys, and they were just 2 guys that saw an older gentleman asleep in a car. I guess he had pulled over to take a nap, and I think it was a red Porsche, and he shot him. So, I'm not saying that you're jumping to conclusions at all. I actually believe your theory more than this. But sometimes it's just people that see something expensive and something easy. They have a gun. Again, they probably could have just pointed the gun at Michael Jordan's dad and walked away, but there are just some people that it just seems excessive. So I don't know if they wanted to get away. I don't know, but either way, it's just terrible.
It's terrifying, and I know a lot of you are dog people out there. I know all of us have dogs, and I would be going crazy. She's not even
members of the family.
They are members of the family. Well said. All right, let's get to this. The governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, is coming under a lot of fire recently. I don't know if you've seen. A former top 8 has accused him of intimidation and sexual harassment, including asking her to play strip poker, kissing her without permission during a one-on-one meeting, and going out of his way to touch her lower back, her arms, and her legs. Her name's Lindsay Bolin, and she first made the accusations back in December with this tweet saying the governor sexually harassed me for years. Many saw it and watched. Now, Governor Cuomo has denied the accusations, saying they are, quote, not true. But the mayor of New York City, Bill de Blasio, who does not get along with Cuomo, is calling for an independent investigation into the allegations. Now, Cuomo has also been under fire recently for allegedly undercounting nursing home deaths from COVID-19 in the state. They did not publicly disclose nursing home residents who died in the hospital. A lot of you have written us in and said, what do y'all think about this Cuomo situation? I know from DC sources, I know that sounds ridiculous, but growing up, I do know people who know Cuomo. He's not a great man. He's not a nice man. He's a real jerk. This is according to friends that know him personally. And I could absolutely see him being intimidating and all of that. I'm not trying to say I don't believe him or her, but just so you know, he was great during the pandemic, I thought. It really helped New York. But he's kind of a bully.
I think we should listen to any accusations coming from anybody who said they were part of anything like this, and always look into them and see if they have merit. But I also think that Governor Cuomo did this thing where he basked in his glory when everybody was praising him. He was on every single channel and super excited about it. And so this is kind of what happens. Unless you're perfect and have no skeletons, those skeletons will come out if you are the same person that's touting around that you are running your state and your city better than everybody else. And please follow my league, my ego. And we saw a lot of that. Even though there were many things that he did well, it still was just like other times you'll see him, I don't know what other cities are doing. I don't know what other states are doing. I was watching his press conferences because I was in New York a lot. And I'm like, man, this is exactly what happens if you're not following all the rules.
Yeah,
you can't just follow half of them.
You're a New Yorker. What are you, just 1 to 10? How do you give him and his reign right now? What do you think?
I mean, I was watching everything that was happening, listening to my parents and, who are there every single day. And I was like, wow, maybe everybody should follow him. Everybody's like, Cuomo for president. I don't think so anymore. So, that was even the conversation at the time.
Absolutely. I remember that.
I mean, it makes me think about boxing. And there's something.
You always say something I never expected to say.
It really does. And you'll be watching a fight and you'll say, well, why doesn't that guy throw punches at the other guy? It's because when you throw a punch, you leave yourself open for one. And I think with all the punches he threw at Trump and kind of putting himself on a pedestal, he left himself wide open. And clearly, this man had some places to be hit. And they got hit. And you don't hear, because if one of you were attacked with any of these accusations, there would be 500 people like, Lindsay is a saint. There's no way I'll put my kids on that. We don't hear that.
No.
It's kind of quiet.
His reputation is quite is known.
So
I'm
saying.
I'm just saying. Good analogy, buddy.
Yeah,
Boxing.
I didn't have that in mind.
Fisticuffs. The fisticuffs,
That's exactly what I meant to say.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All right, there are new reports about a UFO sighting over the weekend. We got to get this story in. An American Airlines pilot reported the sighting over an area of New Mexico.
Oh, gosh.
On Sunday. Here's what he reported seeing at the time. Take a look.
Have any targets up here? We just had something go right over the top of us that, I hate to say this, looked like a long cylindrical object. It almost looked like a cruise missile type of thing moving really fast that went right over the top of us.
What? Air traffic controllers reportedly didn't see anything on their radar, and the director of the White Sands Missile Range in New Mexico confirmed there were no missile tests on that day. Yo, was that I mean, it's a UFO because it's an unidentified flying object.
Al's not sold.
Al, is it boxing time?
No, I mean, it might be time for us to have some adult conversations about what's going on.
Yeah.
Do you know Roswell? What do you mean?
It's not the Roswell thing. I think that's a tourist trap, but like, there are some pretty credible people, people that were in the Air
Navy
Force.
pilots.
Navy pilots, not
yeah.
people that are prone to just saying something to get on Joe Rogan's podcast. And the fact that all of these people that are fairly credible sources are all saying, that was super weird. I don't know, Lindsay, you're making a face.
I'm terrified. I think New Mexico is the place where something like this would happen. I'm just like,
if you're from there,
I'm glad I wasn't on that plane. I'm glad I wasn't on any planes this month because everything that happened this month has been a disaster with planes.
It's true, but notice he also said we saw something, so it wasn't just one, it was two credible witnesses.
Right.
Good job, Tori. Coming up on DBL.
Tori can count.
Sherlock.
That's why people tune in.
It's true.
1, 2.
Oh, God. Our series classic game show host, Where Are They Now, continues with Wink Martindale from Tic-Tac-Doe. You know it's going to be a fun time. And why are more young people coming out as gay these days? Is there something behind the increase? We're going to talk about it. Join us in that convo coming up next.
This is a Smile Direct Club.
So Stephanie, let's fast forward to delivery day. You go into labor early, your husband is out of town. What happens when you get to the hospital?
I'm scared out of my mind because I am acutely aware that this is the day I'm going to die. And so imagine being buried alive and you're just holding your breath or like trying to get as much air as you can as the dirt is being pushed onto you. And so I'm being triaged. The doctor's
At DBL, we're always on.
I'm in control. We're trying to give a conversation up here.
Shouldn't he be held accountable?
Absolutely.
This is where I'm going to push back.
Is this my shocked face?
Tori, I will walk up the set.
You should.
This February, DBL is all new.
I agree with Al on this one.
Every day.
Yeah, wow, I said it, Tori. Yo. I'm in control, 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 control.
Welcome back to DBL. Check out our smiling coworkers, busy at home and tuning in. We miss you guys. Oh, it's Angelica. Hi. Okay. The fight over equality is heating up on Capitol Hill. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene posted this anti-trans sign outside her office. The sign reads, "There are two genders, male and female. Trust the science." Now, this was in response to Representative Marie Newman, who raised a transgender pride flag outside of her office, which happens to be across from Greene's. Now, I want everyone to know Newman does have a transgender daughter. Meantime, a new Gallup poll is out showing that more and more people identify as LGBTQ. Get this, the poll finds that 5.6% of Americans identify that way. That's up 60% from 2012. Now, that number is even higher with Gen Zers. 1 in 6 between the ages of 18 and 23 years old identify as LGBTQ. So why the jump? Is it because people think it's cool and more of a fad, which some people think, or is it because we're actually a lot more fluid and we can finally have a conversation about it with this generation? Thoughts?
Can I just start with, like, those two people are leaders in our country, and I know that this is not the conversation we're talking about, but to see this petty antics across from one another,
embarrassing.
like, I just can't let that go. That was just stupidity.
I felt the same.
And I know, I was like, what? And then this, you know. But I do think that there's a little bit of both. I think that young people are more open-minded to just exploring their sexuality. We're seeing it a lot more. We're having conversations about it a lot more. Parents are open to having those discussions. And so I think that people are just being themselves more, but also, like, trying to be cool. Like, I know I was doing awkward stuff when I was little, trying to be cool that maybe wasn't me, that I look back at and like, what was you doing? So I think there's a little bit of both. We're talking about Gen Z who are still finding themselves.
That's true. Al, thoughts?
I mean, I think
kids, Gen Z kids.
Yes, and I think sexuality is a fluid concept. And if you think, you know, I used to work for Carnival Cruise Lines, and one of the directors was telling me this years ago, he was like, cruise lines used to be a big haven for gay couples because you couldn't tell your family. So you're like, I'm going on a cruise with Lindsay, my friend, you know, and there were no cameras and you could be in love the way that you wanted to be. And I think that now people feel less of a need to run and hide, and they can just be themselves. But I think that we're getting closer to the real number, but I don't think we're anywhere close. I think a lot of people see a lot of different people in a sexual nature, and I don't think it's just male, female. Life is not black and white like that.
Fluidity, I'm for anything that is more open. So congrats on anyone that was able to do that and feel wonderful about themselves. Coming up on DBL, classic game show host Wink Martindale is here. He's sharing memories from his show Tic-Tac-Dough. You do not want to miss this.
It's only a matter
I'm so excited for this interview. Joining us is legendary music photographer Rob Shanahan. So let me just ask you the main question. How does one go from being this kid in a small town Minnesota place to becoming the personal photographer of Ringo Starr? There wasn't like a posting in the paper. Like, how did you get there?
Well, it all goes back to dreams.
There are a lot of numbers thrown around when it comes to Johnson & Johnson's coronavirus vaccine. But what do they mean? Let's connect the dots. The FDA has released its analysis of the single-shot COVID vaccine, reporting it was 66% effective in preventing moderate to severe cases around the world. But when you don't include moderate cases, it's 85% effective in preventing severe illness. What's even more impressive was it completely prevented hospitalizations and death. Even some of the figures that don't look as promising have a silver lining. Johnson & Johnson's shot was only 64% effective in South African trials, where a contagious variant is now responsible for most cases. But that's significantly better than other vaccines tried in the country and led the government to stop administering the AstraZeneca vaccine and start giving Johnson & Johnson's instead. The other reason health experts think the Johnson & Johnson vaccine could be an effective weapon in the war on COVID is it's a single shot. Plus, it can be stored at normal refrigeration temperatures for at least 3 months, making it easier to distribute and fully vaccinate people.
Animal songs for $300 to the pot. According to the lyrics of this 1967 hit song by a famous singing duo, orangutans are skeptical.
Orangutans, Wink.
Oh. Did I say orange? I didn't. No, I didn't. I did not say that. I'm going to start all over.
Welcome back to DBL. Don't let that blooper fool you. Wink Martindale is a master of words and a legendary game show host. We spoke with him earlier. Check it out. There he is, Wink Martindale.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wink, you look incredible, and of course you sound great.
Exactly the same.
For someone with a 6-decade career under their belts, what moments from your game show days ended up sticking with you the most? Bloopers like we just saw, or when a contestant wins big?
I hate that blooper. I hate that. That was so embarrassing.
I mispronounce words all the time, so don't worry.
I think that when Tom McKee was our biggest winner on Tic-Tac-Toe, he was on for 47 straight days. He won about $350,000. Wow. And in the 70s, that was a record until Ken Jennings beat that record big time on Jeopardy.
Wow.
Wink, that's amazing. I got to tell you about the orange thing, too. I didn't think I could ever follow in your career. After that, I'm like, that's me. Me and Wink are the same guy. I do it all the time, Wink, so don't worry about it. I got to know, Wink, where did that name come from? Where did the name Wink come from? Because it's so classic.
Well, my real name is Winston, and I had a kid that we played with in the neighborhood growing up named Jimmy McCord, and he couldn't say Winston, and it came out sounding somehow like Winky. So I became the Winky Martindale. And of course, you don't get into this business with a name like Winky. So I shortened it to Wink, and it served me well over the years.
Oh, wow.
It sure has.
That's a great story. I should have been Cucka, because that's how everyone pronounced my name who couldn't enunciate words for Erica. Thankfully, that didn't stick.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Now, Sam mentioned your 6-decade career. You also have hosted 21 shows. So do you have a favorite show?
I think that I would have to say Tic-Tac-Toe simply because I got used to those checks coming in on a regular basis.
Oh, yeah.
And I did it for almost 13 years. So, plus, everybody seemed to know how to play. It was a simple game. Everybody could understand it. And I think that was the reason for its success over the years.
Wow. And Wink, I've noticed that there's, of course, a return of some old game shows like the dating game. Why do you think that there's a classic game show comeback right now? And is there a possibility that we could get you in one of your game shows back? Come on, Wink.
I think I've got one more good game show hosting job left in me. So I'm hoping to get that phone call one of these days.
Yes.
But I think that the classic shows are the best shows. And so I think that's the reason you see classic dating game and that sort of thing coming back.
Before we let you go, we would be sorry if we didn't ask you about your run-in with Elvis. Now, many might know that you discovered Elvis as a disc jockey in Memphis, but Wink, we're going to play a special video right now for our audience. Look at that. It shows a very young you talking to a very young Elvis who's leaning on a jukebox. Tell me the story behind this.
Well, that's Elvis guesting on my Top 10 dance party. I was sort of the Dick Clark of Memphis in the 50s, and he came on my show because I had become his friend the night he was discovered in 1954. I'm the only living person of 6 people who were in the control room the night that That's All Right Mama, the first Elvis record, was played on the radio.
Wow.
So as a result of that friendship, he came on my television show, and he remained my friend. And he said to me one time, Wink, I can't believe that this is happening to me. He said, Wink, I didn't expect to get out of Humes High School.
Wow,
That's
unbelievable.
Wink, dinner on us. When this whole pandemic's over, dinner on us. You tell us stories all night. We'll go out to dinner. Erica knows all the hot spots.
Yes.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
Come here anytime.
Just give me a call. Just give me a call.
Hey, I'm taking you up.
Me too.
I'll make the reservation.
There we go.
Wink Martindale, thank you so much for being here today. You've earned yourself a break from working, but that's not your style. You have a special project up your sleeve that's all about rock and roll. In 30 seconds, please tell us more about that.
Okay, starting this year, later this year, I think around April 15th, the history of rock and roll will be told by yours truly. And we'll start in the 1950s and the mid-50s when rock and roll really started with That's All Right Mama by Elvis and Rock Around the Clock by Bill Haley and the Comets. And it'll be a 2-hour weekend program for syndication. Stations around the country will be carrying it. And I'm really looking forward to telling the story, the history of rock and roll.
I'll be tuning in. Everybody tune in. How fascinating. You are fascinating. Thank you for joining us. I can't wait for our big dinner. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by The Verify team exists to bring you all the facts you need to know about the coronavirus vaccines. Within days, the FDA is expected to approve Johnson & Johnson's COVID vaccine for emergency use. And if approved, it would be the first single-dose vaccine on the market. So why does the Johnson & Johnson vaccine only use one dose? And is the company working on a double dose? Let's verify. Our sources are Janssen Pharmaceutical Companies and its parent company, which is Johnson & Johnson. A spokesperson for Johnson & Johnson sent us this infographic, which shows that they are currently studying both one-dose and two-dose vaccines. But they got the results for the one-dose trial first. According to this January 29th press release, the single-dose vaccine was 66% effective overall at preventing moderate to severe COVID-19. In trials in the US, results were even better, 72% effective. And Johnson & Johnson has said that these numbers show that one dose of their vaccine is effective enough and will no doubt be easier to get out to people across the country. Dr. Mathai Mammon, the global head of Janssen Research and Development, told us in a statement, quote, "Changing the trajectory of the pandemic will require mass vaccination to create herd immunity, and a single-dose regimen with a fast onset of protection and ease of delivery and storage provides a potential solution to reaching as many people as possible." So we can verify that Johnson & Johnson put out the single-dose vaccine because the company felt comfortable with the efficacy, although it continues to study a two-dose option. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
This February, DBL is all new every day.
No.
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Really? Okay. Like, it is such a joke. I was shocked.
I meant for you to chime in on.
I don't know what you're saying.
DBL is just getting started.
Here come the Pistons.
I love this story. Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for some sweet, sweet deals. Earlier, Steph showed me some amazing products at even better prices. Here's today's DBL Deal Blast, presented by MorningSave.com. Steph, what do you have for us today?
Hey Tori, I'm here with some great products and deals for you guys. So first up, we've got the perfect item to keep your daily essentials clean. Check this out, the Hygiene UVC collapsible large sanitizer bag. And it sanitizes in just 3 minutes with the power of ultraviolet C light. Normally, this is $100, but we've got it for only $35, saving 65%. Okay, and next up, we've got something that's great for listening to music and taking sound wherever you need. It is the Power to Go Thunderboom Bluetooth speaker. It's compact, it's portable, it's travel friendly, and it delivers surprisingly rich sound with deep bass wirelessly. And normally it's $50.
Okay.
Tori.
What?
We've got it for 10.
Yes!
Saving up to 80%. And now, Tori, if you're like me, keeping a tidy house is a bit of a hassle. I'm always spilling and doing stuff all the time.
That's me.
So this Ready Vac Storm Wet and Dry Hand Vacuum is perfect. It's got all the attachments that you need. It cleans up everyday spills and messes, whether they're wet or dry, at a moment's notice. Now, normally it's as much as $110, but we've got it for only $49.
Nice.
So 55%
Nice.
And last is the Cuisinart Round Classic Waffle Maker.
Bravo.
On that on a weekend. It makes delicious waffles fast and easy with large traditional style waffle maker. Now, normally this is $55.
Okay.
But we've got it for $22, saving up to 60%.
All right, head on over, guys, to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com right on your smartphone. Let's all have waffles together at a good price. Am I right? I love waffles. All right, Steve from Facebook wrote in and said about the UFO. He says, look, they never admit that anything seen is part of their testing, but that area of the country is where we test new aircraft technology. Kind of putting a buzzkill on that.
Listen, I'm still the conspiracy theorist over here, okay?
Okay, you're
so
sure it's an alien.
And I'm sticking with it.
All right,
Al is ashamed of me all week.
I am not. No, I had your back. I was like, I think that they're aliens. Our executive producer, Chris, kind of laid some stuff on us that really hurt our theory.
Yeah, he kind of told us.
We said it on TV, so we are going to own it.
We are. We got told. We were wrong. DBL's new every day. We will see you same time, same place tomorrow. It was aliens. It's definitely aliens. Aliens.
Thank you.